important thing to mention is that one of our young boys from the Kimberly, 12 years old, actually suicided in Queensland 2 days ago. So that just strengthens exactly what we're all here talking about. And this thing needs to stop. There's enough education between all of us mob here. We've all got the right passion. We've all got the right learnings from our old people. And we can take this cause and make actually some positive change for all of our children and our children's children. In the East Kimberley, we have lots of mines. Our country up there is just full of minerals and resources. So now the government wants everything that we've got up there. Because we have pink diamonds, they've found black diamonds in our country, we have oil, iron ore, and there's so many mines going on, but we are still being misrepresented by people and organisations such as the KLC, who are there to speak on behalf of our people, but they only have them Jackie Jacks at the top, speaking for their own ulterior motives because they've been tainted by white man garang, which is money. My elders have sent me with letters from our councils, from Mirama Council, which is Mirama Dawang Wallab Getting, Language and Culture Centre. You might would have seen me wearing my shirt yesterday. That is where we document all of our law and culture and all of our old people's ways and stories. We have archive rooms which are fireproof and waterproof so that will be there for our future generations. I'll just read to you what my old people have sent me with. On behalf of the Murrong and Gajjarabong community members and elders, Mirama Dawang Wallab Getting Language and Culture Centre would hereby like to express their support of the organised activities in relation to the 40th anniversary of the Aboriginal Tent Embassy Canberra. Since our elders were unable to be present in person at this important event, Ms. Selena Davy-Newry will represent our community on behalf of our elders. Also have the same from Gilgunyam Trust. On behalf of the Mirrong traditional owners who are part of the Gilgunyam Trust in the East Kimberley region of Western Australia, traditional owners offer their support to Selena Davy-Newry in her attendance at the 40th anniversary of the Aboriginal Tent Embassy activities in Canberra. I also have from my people, which I'd like to present to one of the elders here. Come up please, Uncle. This is a carved boab nut from my old people at Warangati Art Centre, and they've asked me to bring this as a gift to the embassy on behalf of the Mirrong Gajjarabong people. Thank you. I've been sent with one of my father's clapping sticks, our ceremonial clapping sticks that have been used in ceremonies for a few decades now. So when I stand at the front with that golumbo, our didgeridoo playing, and I clap this, our old people all up there are listening. Yesterday morning was unfortunate for our mob. We lost one of our old people, one of my fathers, who I can't say his name now. But me and my brother, when he rang me the night before, he said, "You cannot sit down for sorry business. Your role there is too important and we need you there to continue what your mob are doing." So he said, "Just remember that you're representing all the old people, past, present and future." And I know that yesterday, Daddy left at that time when we was marching. When we just started that march, that's when one of our old lawmen went to go and be with our older people up there. So that shows me that we are here doing the right thing, and he has been here in this world and taught everything that he needs to teach for us to be able to carry that on. We have the ability to be able to reconnect your mob with law, and that's what I personally would like to do. We can contact your mob with our people up there. Women can start coming up and learning about ceremonies. Men can come up and start learning about ceremonies from our mans. And personally, I believe that we all need to be reconnecting with our law, proper ways, old ways. That's the only way that we're going to empower ourselves truly to walk strong in white man society. If we can talk on behalf and know our old ways, then that will empower us and they will never have any power over us to tell us anything. I know this. I've been learning my law and culture, proper ways from my old people for the last 10 years. And I know personally how it empowered me and it's just completed me as well. So I would encourage everyone to get back to this. I stand before you today in my clothes that I wore out at ceremony 4 months ago when we put 4 of our young men through law. And I wear these clothes when I need protection and strength from my old people. So I know today that we'll all be protected. There's so many issues with our misrepresentation. All of our people up there are language speakers before English. And the people that are representing us in all of these mining corporations and everything are not taking into account that when you're speaking to these language people, you're talking in a different language. It's foreign language, and people aren't able to understand what's been thrown at them, and then they are unable to make educated and informed decisions about what relates to their law and culture and their land. Mining companies are trying to get us to give up our land, which is creation sites, so they can go and drill into that and mine, which is wrong. We don't want it, but we need our people to be heard. And up there in the Kimberley, we feel that there's so much happening in the rest of the country that our voice isn't being heard. So that is my job, to make sure that everyone up in the Kimberley and Western Australia, what is happening with all of our resources, our voice is heard. We have Kimberley Interpreting Service. My oldest brother, who is our gatekeeper for our mob, he started Kimberley Interpreting Service years ago. He's been working with the West Australian Police to try and get them to do a pilot program that every police officer that comes up to the Kimberley has to do cultural awareness training through one of our centres set up throughout the Kimberley. This was all planned for 2 years, and then we flew down to go and get that document signed. The West Australian Police Commissioner pulled out right at the last minute, which shows us as well how frightened they are that we have the education to be able to bring things and move things through to this millennium. They're frightened of the power that we have if we connect our old ways with new ways. So even the KLC is cutting out Kimberley Interpreting Service, because then the voice for the old people isn't being heard. This needs to stop. And it's the same with our health system, our justice system, our education. I am personally going through a court case where I'm taking the Kununurra police to trial because I was arrested for doing no wrong. I just walked into the hotel sober and was arrested because a young Aboriginal woman out the front was having her own issues with the management. I've been pleading not guilty, and I'm going to trial on the 22nd of February. I've ditched my lawyer, and I'm now thinking, after being here and listening to everyone here, I'm actually considering representing myself. And with the information that I'm learning from here, I'll be able to take them bastards down. And that will set a precedent for all my people in the Kimberley that this is what can be done if we have strength. I will go and do this. I was even told that I would not be able to get here. My old people can't make it here because our CEOs at the top of our corporations, our Gorio mob that are running our places, haven't informed my people that this was happening. It was only because I was travelling around the country in Australia a couple of months ago that I'd met this Gumaro mob. Yeah, Gwenda mob. That's how I knew that this was happening. And I said to this girl, yeah, right or wrong, I will be here and I will talk up for my people. Because we need our strong people, our strong young ones that have the education in wide world to be able to bring that forward. Like I've been saying to all them mob out there, you might want us to learn your education, you want us to school with your education. Now we've learnt your shit and we'll be schooling you mob, hey. Traitor. That's it. And that was part of the reason that I was arrested in Kununurra the other month, because I stood there and said, hey, I work for the Liquor Hospitality Miscellaneous Union. As a union organiser, I know what your EBA is within your own industry. I know my rights. 2 seconds later, I was in handcuffs. So there, what does that tell you? And I'm never allowed in that establishment again. Apparently I'm banned for life. But I just reckon you redneck Gorio bastards, you're not worthy of my hard-earned money anyway, so kiss your rings, eh? So anyway, like I said, I come to you on behalf of my old people to speak up for us mob in the Kimberley, who cannot make it here, but they've all told me they are here in spirit with us anyway. And it's just really empowering to know all of the Gullumball, us mob coming together, playing our clapping sticks, our didgeridoo, and everyone doing their dances. That is waking them old mom up there. And they are watching over us, and you watch how protected we are while we do this journey, hey, for all of our children and our children's children. Thank you.